My name is Mel. I live in 3 Milestones, so a few miles away from the vets. I have one husband, one 11-year-old child and one very nutty sort of Yorkshire Terrier Jack Russell cross called Odie, and he's about 3 and a little bit now. When we lived in St Austell we had a Westie, so obviously being over in Truro we weren't aware of any of the Truro vets, so the first thing that I did is obviously looked in the phone book and Googled like we do now, and I found 3 that were potentials. I rang 2 of the 3, so I kind of whittled one out, and I was just impressed by their package that they offered, and obviously they wanted us to come in and meet Odie and see what he was like, so it's all really positive from the very beginning. And it's easy to park here, gotta say that always helps. When we bring Odie in, we quite often, it'll be myself or my husband, and our daughter will come along as well. She's been welcomed into the room, quite fascinated, always wanting to ask 101 questions. But she's really good. She's not been scared, always been welcome. And from our point of view, it's always been really welcoming coming in here. He, being a young puppy at around 6 months, which is the time that we were recommended, he came in and, how shall I put it, had a slight body changing experience, as in like a little snip. Obviously they updated us through the day, which was brilliant, and obviously contacted us when we could come and pick him up. And apart from that, he's had like an ongoing itching problem for probably about the last 6-8 months. His scratching was really bad when we first brought him in, and he'd gone like a little bit bold where he'd been nibbling in places. We've seen Simon a few times for that, and he's been really good, because I think some people always think you're going to jump straight in and you're going to be charged hundreds of pounds and you've got to go off and have this test and that test. But actually he started right back at the basics and said, right, if you stick to his food, give him no tidbits, let's see if that makes a difference. And then it was, okay, if that doesn't, maybe we got to the changing of the food a couple of appointments down the line, and as it happens, changing the food has done the job. He's had a couple of injections and things, so, and it's been great, and he's no longer sitting there doing that all day, which is brilliant. One of the things that really or particularly impressed me is you get a lot of vets who are so diverse, particularly in a county like Cornwall. You know, you get everything from cows through to hamsters. This one specialised in small pets, so immediately you sort of get that impression that you're going to have someone who's more experienced in, you know, the cat, the dog, the bunny, that kind of thing. So there was that. I like the look of the building. I know that sounds really silly, but it's very traditional. I just had a nice feeling. They post on Facebook, and you always get, like, if there's a new puppy, you always get a picture of the new, you know, this puppy's joined today, and you sit there going, oh, how sweet. You know, when you get that and you just sort of feel part of it, I really like that. It's like good old-fashioned customer service, I suppose.